Today we are talking about the games you want to see at E3, all the things are coming to Netflix, and why wouldn't you want to hang out with creepy Uncle Luke Skywalker? All this and much more. This is Nerds with Mics. Hey everyone, I'm Travis.
I'm Justin.
And I'm Maxwell.
And this is episode 52, recorded on May 29th, 2017 at 8:12 p.m., guys. Just in case anyone wants to know Eastern time. All right. Nerds with Mics is a podcast about movies, TV shows, games, technology, and the old, dreaded much more. So, guys, how's it going? Everybody good?
Doing all right.
Doing all right.
All right.
Yeah, living.
Well, you know, this week I'm not going to let Justin start first. Max, so I want to talk to you about what you've been up to this week.
Well, I've been up to a big move because I physically moved from the west coast to the east coast of Florida, which drive time isn't that bad. It was like 2 hours, but, we had to pack everything up, load it up in the U-Haul, drive over here, and then unload everything, and it was a very, very exhausting weekend.
Oh, man.
So I haven't, honestly, don't even have internet in the house right now, so we are doing this the old hotspot way. And because of that and the limitations of how much internet I have as a hotspot, I'm going to say that I was only able to watch a show called Girl Boss. It's on Netflix. It's a good show. Aside from that, it's just been unloading and trying to get the house together.
So not a whole lot on the nerd front because you've been moving and unpacking and packing and all that good stuff, huh?
Correctamundo.
Yeah. Well, Justin, what about you, buddy?
I got caught up on House of Cards finally because the new season comes out tomorrow. When you listen to this, it'll already be out. I probably will have already finished it. Maybe not. Got caught up on Better Call Saul and Fargo, which, wow, Fargo. And then I watched Lego Batman 5 times. Not by choice. My son chose to. And it's good. It's the best Batman movie released in the last 3 years.
So you actually said it's canon. Is that right?
It is, yeah, I believe it is. Zach Galifianakis plays the Joker.
Oh, beautiful.
It's fantastic. It is a good movie.
I'll have to watch it.
So, can you tell me what you thought of Turbo Kid?
I thought it was good. It was a little different. And I did like all the 80s feel to it. But yeah, it was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Did you like my...
What about that ending, though?
I don't want to talk about the ending. A lot of people probably haven't seen it yet. I'd rather just not talk about it.
It really pulled on your heartstrings, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't say that.
Did it make you feel simply the best?
Yeah.
So, as you said at the end of the last episode, that was going to be your kind of personal challenge, was to fill in and watch Turbo Kid.
I said Split.
And Split?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, how was Split?
Fantastic. He just has all those different personalities. He's fantastic. It's really creepy.
How many personalities is it?
I would say it's like 23 or 26.
Maxwell, have you seen Split?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Did
It was
you?
like 26,
No,
right?
I actually...
Man, I'm the only one.
I just got it, so I'm going to watch it
What are you
probably
talking about?
tonight.
I saw it.
You didn't see it. Anyways, I myself have been up to mostly just catching up on TV shows, a lot of work. Work's been really busy the past few days. Also been getting into playing Horizon Zero Dawn, which I know that game's been out for a while. However, I'm finally starting to go back and start to play my backlog games. And I'm having a really good time with it. Maxwell, I know that you would love it, but unfortunately your PS4 has no room. So
That's right.
It can't take any more. So so that's pretty much all I've been up to. Before we get into our big topic, Maxwell, we wanted to kind of talk about sharing and leaving reviews, right? Because I know that was a big thing that we talked about last week as well, right?
That's right. Yes. So it's really important for us, if you guys are listening to the show and you enjoy it, it's the best thing, the absolute best thing that you can do for us is leaving reviews on iTunes, because that's what helps push us up the list. And of course, with more attention, we're going to get more listeners. Then we start to get into our Patreon. We can get more donations. We can put all of the funds that we have into this show. Right now, this is coming out of our pockets. Anything we do for this show. We want to do the giveaways. If you haven't watched our Patreon video, please do that. But the best way to get there the more reviews we get, of course, but it's about sharing. So the more you can share this with your friends, if you can just post to our website or share from our Facebook page onto your own social media, that will be the best way to help us succeed. Is by you guys sharing our product.
Yeah, so if you're getting news from our Facebook page and you find that you're getting it there first before you get it somewhere else, just go ahead and share that with your friends, because that can help us a ton. Also, I want to challenge our listeners or our viewers, depending on how you choose to consume our content. If you haven't checked out our Patreon page, make sure to do so. You can actually donate. I know this is going to sound like a Sarah McLachlan commercial, so go ahead and cue that music. But honestly, you can commit to pay to donate $1 a month, $1 a month. And I know that seems like not a whole lot, but if we get enough people to do it, we're actually able to make enough money to pay the bills, keep the lights on, and able to do monthly giveaways. And that's the big thing that we want to do, is get to the point where we're able to produce more content, we're able to give back to the listeners, because that's the whole reason we're really doing this, is because we want to interact with our listeners, right? And what better way to do that than to do giveaways and things like that. So, yeah.
And I know we have, based on the listens that we have and the people that follow us on our social media, the listeners and the viewers, whether you're on YouTube or listening through our podcast, if you haven't followed our social media, I would highly recommend you do that. Not because it's just a good way, is it not only a good way to interact with us if you have things to say, share, whatever, but our social media really is kind of like a different part of Nerds with Mics. It's like its own kind of thing. So what you'll get from there is maybe news about topics that we haven't discussed on the show, either because maybe it was interesting but wasn't big enough to put in, or the timing didn't work out to discuss it in the show, or maybe it's something like exclusive, like just we find out about it, like massive casting choices or movies that are being made or canceled or whatever. We'll discuss it. We'll post up either pictures on Instagram or Twitter, or discuss it on Facebook. So you can go there to those different media aspects and get a whole different experience of Nerds with Mics. But it's the best way when we discuss things on our show that you can go in and leave feedback for the next episode.
Yeah, absolutely. So, all right, well, thanks for listening. We're not going to end the show, however, but I do want to thank everybody for the listeners that we do have and for the support we got through feedback. So if you guys have any feedback for us around things that we can do differently, that's also something that we want to hear from you as well. So without further ado, let's get into our big topic, guys.
Yes.
So last week we actually asked, what were your E3 predictions and what would you like to see at E3? And I know we're going to get into ours, but before we do that, let's get into some of our survey feedback. So, one of the ones that I heard that I was really surprised, because I kind of forgot about this game, is Alan Wake 2. Maxwell, I think you watched me play Alan Wake, right? The one where you had the flashlight and all that. You played it, right?
Yeah, I love
Yeah,
that.
so, and this was a Microsoft exclusive. So, with Scorpio coming out, that's one of the things because I was reading an article, I can't remember where I was reading it, but they said that it's not going to be enough for Scorpio to be the most powerful console to date. They also need the games to go along with it. So I think that Microsoft needs to double down on exclusives. So Alan Wake 2, Rayman 4. I haven't played a lot of the Rayman games. Have you played Rayman? No, Maxwell? I don't think you probably played them either.
Nope.
However, Borderlands 3.
Yes.
I am hoping to see a Borderlands 3 for sure. I know Maxwell will probably be excited to see this Final Fantasy VII remake, because I know he's a Final Fantasy fan. I know one of our listeners, Justin, he wrote in and said Shenmue 3, which, man, it's been almost 10 years, I think, since Shenmue 2, maybe, or maybe
It's been a long time.
Yeah, so Shenmue 3, and then also Kingdom Hearts 3. I don't anticipate Final Fantasy VII or Kingdom Hearts 3 coming out this year.
I think they said it's in like their 3-year plan.
Yeah, so we'll have to wait and see. I would like to see some gameplay maybe at E3, even if it's not going to be this year, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Yep.
Yeah, the Final Fantasy VII remake is very appealing. Of course, Final Fantasy VII was a turn-based, and this is in the days of really bringing in the 3D effect of Final Fantasy. But the worlds were solid images, and then the sprites, the characters, would go through those solid environments, kind of like the first couple Resident Evil games. Now, this remake is totally redone, and it's going to be more like Final Fantasy 15, where it's third-person perspective, lower camera than what the other one was, and you get to fully interact with the environment with moving cameras, which is really cool.
Yeah, I heard the gameplay is going to be modeled more after the new Final Fantasy game, which will be kind of interesting. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Justin, did you want to cover some of the feedback we got from Reddit?
Yeah, on Reddit, well, first of all, sorry to the gaming subreddit. Your mods chose to silence you when you participate in the poll. But from the subreddits that did allow the poll to be displayed, Skate 4 was a big one. That one came up a lot. You guys really want a sequel to that. A new Rock Band, which that would be nice, but I don't think it'll happen since Mad Cats doesn't exist anymore.
Right.
A new Borderlands, which we think would be great. And then this is one that would be interesting and amazing. Watch Dogs Blood Dragon.
Which,
like
Blood Dragon's
Far Cry.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Like 80s? That would be kind of sweet.
That'd be fantastic. So
yeah, I've not ever thought about that.
Yeah.
That would be really interesting. So, all right. So I'm actually not going to go first. Maxwell, I'll let you start. So what is some of the things that you'd like to see out of E3?
All right. So I absolutely need to see a Metroid game, but it's not going to happen. That's something that Nintendo could do to blow our minds if they really wanted to. But I don't have my hopes up. I think that we will see that Mario and Rabbids game that we discussed last week. I think we'll see it in a lot more detail, and it certainly has my curiosity with this whole multiplayer turn-based. So I'm ready to see an Alien VR game so I can have a big old shit in my pants. And I mean a full game like Isolation, not the mini experience from last month titled Alien Covenant in Utero. And I say this, but I don't even own any kind of VR to support this want. But maybe if there's something good enough, it'll convince me to buy it.
Yeah, possibly. Or I don't know how you're going to be able to play. You have no room on your PlayStation, but it's fine.
I'll have to buy an Xbox.
Oh my gosh. Write that down. At 13 minutes into this episode, he said he might have to buy an Xbox.
That's right.
Oh my gosh. All right, Justin, what would you like to see?
More than anything, well, I take that back. More than anything, SOCOM.
Yeah.
I need it. Come on, Yoshida. It's been far too long. But then, after that, I really want a new Splinter Cell. We haven't had one since Blacklist. That's been several years, at least 5, if not more.
Yeah.
It's time. Come on, Ubisoft. Get on it. And then I just want Microsoft to have a strong first-party lineup. I don't know if they will, but they might.
Yeah, my question is, do you think that Microsoft is going to be more about just showing off the Scorpio as opposed to their game library?
Well, it's not going to matter.
I do not want to see another Forza game this year. I have a feeling we're going to see Motorsport this year, aren't we, since we had Horizon last year? Yeah.
It's possible.
Yeah. I just want to see some new original things. And speaking of which, so mine, I want to see a new Star Wars action-adventure game. I know we're obviously getting Battlefront, right?
Yeah.
But I want something that is either like a new Knights of the Old Republic game or something that is just an action-adventure type Star Wars game. I need that. I'm also curious to hear more details about the PS4's exclusive Spider-Man game. That's one that I would like to see more details about, maybe gameplay, maybe also a date. I also want to hear more details about Sea of Thieves, because I don't think we have a date for when it's going to release.
I could see Sea of Thieves being one of those games that they show off in detail.
And they're like,
guess what? When you get home today, you'll be playing it.
Yeah, I don't know. There's many betas they've been doing. Not that I've been involved in any of them, but if I was, they've been doing a lot of them. Also, Borderlands 3, if they announce it. Nothing's been obviously announced, right? And then, if I'm looking for something unexpected that probably wouldn't happen, Metroid game from Nintendo, which Maxwell already said. And also something maybe from the studio that was responsible for Fable. I know that obviously they closed the studio. However...
I think Sony grabbed them, didn't they?
Yeah. However, I think Microsoft still owns the rights to Fable.
Can I just butt in real quick and say, Justin, next time you get a drink, will you add as much possible ice to it as you can? Yes. But anyways,
water everywhere.
Yeah, thanks. Anyways, I would like to see maybe something from Fable because they do also own Microsoft owns Rare. So maybe Rare could do something with the property. I don't know.
That would be the perfect developer to do it.
Yeah, I would agree. You think we'll see a new Banjo-Kazooie?
No.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. All right. Well, only time will tell. I mean, E3 comes June 13th through the 15th, I think, is when E3 is. So we don't have to wait that long to find out. But speaking of games, let's go ahead and get into some gaming news. And I'm actually really excited to hear about this first topic. Justin, you've actually had the chance to play Friday the 13th, right?
I have.
And lay it on us.
Huh?
I said lay it on us.
Okay. Is it perfect? No. Is it buggy? Yes. Is it glitchy? Yes. Which I think buggy and glitchy are the same thing. Is it fun? Yes. It is so much fun, especially when you're playing with a group of friends. And that's actually the only way I've been able to play. Matchmaking is broken currently. So if you don't have a group of friends, it's hard to recommend, but private matches are available. So for the last couple of days, my friends and I have been playing, and it is terrifying.
Really?
Yeah, like, what we will do is we will join a game, and we'll set it to where Jason is random, and whoever's Jason can't say it's them. That's just a rule between us.
Yeah, that's a good way to do that.
Yeah, that's just... Now, once we meet up with everybody, we'll know who it is, but we don't know right off the bat.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. And it's just... It's terrifying. Like, you'll think you're in the clear. Like, I was, like looking for car keys or batteries or whatever, because there's ways to escape or get away. And I thought I was in the clear. My buddy had just gotten killed all the way across the map. But that doesn't matter, because you know how Jason's everywhere?
Yeah.
Jason has a teleport ability. So he can just show up behind you if he knows where you are. So I'm sitting there digging. All of a sudden, I hear an axe come through the door. And I was like, oh my God. And I just start running. Huh?
How would he know the different ways? Like, how could he know where you're at if he didn't just see you?
He can sense your fear. So if he takes out a power generator and the lights go out, my fear level raises, and I start to glow red. And if I'm being chased, that red glows even brighter.
Is there any way to calm yourself down? Like if you get in a hiding spot?
Yeah, eventually. Yeah, if you get far enough away or whatever. Yeah.
Maxwell's so intrigued.
Yeah,
I am. The only reason
nuts.
Watching the trailer for this, the big thing that turned me off was just how disgustingly gory it looks.
It is.
Yeah.
I was hiding in a sleeping bag, and this wasn't even graphic, but it was disturbing. I was hiding in a tent in a sleeping bag, and I didn't know Jason was around me. And then all of a sudden, I just see him walk past me, and I pressed the hold breath button, but it was too late. Next thing I know, he grabs me, and he just swings me like a baseball bat against the tree.
And you're in your...
You just hear me crunch. And I was like, that's so
Is
disgusting.
everything interactive, pretty much? Like, is a lot of things interactive? Because I think about, being in a tent and getting in a sleeping bag. That's pretty neat.
Well, you just press the button to get in the tent, and then when he pulls you out, you're in the sleeping bag.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it's like a one button.
Yeah,
does
I
all
got
of
you.
That. Yeah. But just that crunch of me hitting the tree and the bag slowly turning red was just disgusting.
Wow.
But you can, cut off heads.
I've seen him curb stomp people up against rocks.
I haven't had that happen yet.
Yeah.
It's fun.
So you're saying that there's a lot of fun, but there's also a lot of problems with it, and their Twitter account is constantly updating. So
yeah,
how can a game come out and be essentially this broken?
Well, it is early access.
Matchmaking.
It is early access. It's not a full release. Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's early access. It's $40. It will be $60 because it didn't even launch with a single player campaign.
Is the full release sometime in October supposedly?
Maybe, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But the developer, it's 4 guys in Lexington, Kentucky.
And Adam Sessler.
Yeah. Well, is he a developer? Or is he just a financer?
Well, I think he's more like a financer, but still, he is also helping with
4 guys in Lexington, Kentucky run this game, and they're taking so much hate on Reddit right now because their game released on Friday. Microsoft botched it on their end. Supposedly, Microsoft uploaded the beta version where the PS4 and Steam people got the real version.
Sounds like you got the short end of the stick there.
I'm having a good time. I don't care.
Okay.
But then they're mad that a patch hasn't come out, and I'm like, dude, it's a holiday weekend. You're not getting a patch today. They could be working on it all day. Microsoft, no one's home to put it up.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. But
that sucks.
So these 4 guys are taking a beating for releasing a really fun game. Yeah, it's broken,
But you said if you're not doing just matchmaking by yourself, then it's fine. Like if you have like a group of friends.
Yeah, and you can play 1v1, you can play 1v6 or 7. I forget.
I like the fact that you can do like people are randomly Jason, and I like the idea that you had of not telling who's who.
Now, is there any benefit of having like working together in the game?
Yeah, it's encouraged because each task, there's a few different ways for you to leave the camp, and each one requires several steps to take place. And so it's easier if you have more people looking for stuff. Like to get the car running, you have to have the battery.
But you definitely need to split up.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, but if one person dies and you get the radio, you can call in Tommy Jarvis. He's the only person who can kill Jason.
Wow.
Who's Tommy Jarvis?
It's a character from the movies. Was that his? Who was it? He kills Jason, doesn't he?
I think he was in the first one. And
yeah, he's a reoccurring character. He's played by Corey Feldman.
Oh, nice.
Tommy what?
Jarvis. But yeah, he's a character from the movies who I think he kills Jason in one of the movies. But he's the only one who can kill him in this. So
now, did they talk about having expansion to the game DLC?
There's going to be a single player
Jason X.
Okay.
In space.
I don't know about that, but there are multiple variations of Jason you can play as.
Yeah, and that, like different skins or whatever, which is really cool. And I was really joking because Jason X and that space thing is like just the worst.
They might. I don't know.
He's evidently one of the only ones that's ever killed Jason.
Yeah.
Supposedly. Yeah, that's really interesting.
And someone who has died comes back as Tommy Jarvis.
Oh, really?
That's cool.
Yeah. But like whenever you're Jason, you start off like in a hut with like your mom's head and like a sweater, and it's creepy. And your mom will whisper things to you while you're Jason.
And you move like really slow, I assume, right?
Not as slow as you would think. And in the water, you fly basically. And you go underwater. So like if they're swimming, they have no idea you're there.
Man,
it's nuts.
I'll have to check it out.
It's fun.
It sounds really cool.
It's buggy, and people are mad, and I get it. It's $40. It's a lot of money for a game that doesn't work. But if you've already got a group of people, I highly recommend it.
Yeah, and it's early access. And it's early access. And you said they're getting a story mode?
Yeah, there's a single-player campaign that hasn't been released with it, and that'll be just added on whenever it's done.
Oh, that sounds really cool. All right, let's talk about another game that I'm excited about. So, I think when we spoke last week, I think we recorded on a Wednesday, last week, right? We had gotten the picture and a teaser trailer for Far Cry, but we didn't get the full-on trailer.
Yeah.
The full-on trailer, I think, released like Friday at like 6 a.m., like Pacific time. Did you get a chance to watch the trailer?
Yeah.
Maxwell, did you?
Yes.
Yeah. So, Justin, I'll start with you. What were your thoughts about the trailer?
Feels just like living in this tri-state area.
Especially after your all's Facebook conversation.
That's right.
Oh man, yeah.
It looks nuts, and I'm so happy that the game is taking place in America and tackling some of these issues because it's going to be a heavy game.
I think it's going to have a lot to do with politics, like current world
religion,
stuff.
And yeah.
Because if you think about it, this is the first Far Cry game that's taken place like not in an exotic location.
Yep.
Like we had Africa, we had like the tropical islands, we had like
I think Brazil was one of them.
Yeah, like four was kind of like, I don't know the exact location, but it was kind of like a Brazilian type place. Yeah. But yeah, I think it looks really interesting. They did reveal 3 characters. One was a. Did you watch the character reveals of the different? Yeah, each character has their own like 1-minute trailer. I don't know if you watched it, Maxwell, but
I didn't know
there's
that was a thing.
Yeah, there's like one of them's a girl. I can't remember her name, but she like runs. She runs like the local bar, and like she's talking about how like these people have overtaken things, and as she's talking, she's making like a Molotov cocktail, and she just sits it on the counter, and then it ends, and then the second one is like this priest or preacher, and he's talking, and while he's talking you don't realize what he's doing, but he's like loading guns. And then the other one is like the local repair mechanic guy that's like fixing a plane, and like right at the end he like puts like a turret on a plane, because you're gonna be able to fly planes in this game, which I don't think you've been able to do planes before. I know you've been able to do like helicopters and stuff, but I don't know if you've been able to do planes.
Nice.
So there's going to be muscle cars, there's going to be big rigs, It sounds like the tri-state.
America.
It sounds like America. Maxwell, what did you think? I know that you probably watched me play Far Cry, but I don't know if you played Far Cry yourself.
No, I this one does have a lot of appeal to it, which is funny. Maybe it's just a touch of home, but it does seem to follow like that. There's like a cult in a sense around like some kind of religion thing, and I guess that's like the ultimate like uncovering here, which is interesting. That kind of cult thing plays into a lot of different movies, TV shows, and The Leftovers on HBO. Have you guys have seen that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I just started picking that back up from season 2.
I didn't get caught up.
Oh man, that is a good show. I forgot that I'd watched that before I moved, but yeah, that's reminded me of that, and it does have. It looks really good.
Yeah,
I'm interested.
So one cool thing that I found out is that because in previous Far Cry games, you could always there's usually like 2-player co-op or there's online multiplayer. However, it was only like doing certain things. Like the last game, or Far Cry 4, like you could go around, you could capture points together, like capture camps and stuff. But this game is going to be fully co-op through the entire campaign.
That's awesome.
Which will be awesome. So I think that's going to be really cool. The game actually is slated as of now to come out February 27th of next year.
Cool.
So that'll be really neat. Which is really strange because I wonder if they're going to be sweating a little bit because Red Dead is moving back to the spring.
No, I don't think that's going to be a problem.
Yeah, I bet you there are a lot of people though this fall that's glad that Red Dead's not coming out.
Oh yeah,
because
everybody.
Yeah, everybody. All right, real quick, I just want to kind of dive into some stats real quick. So, Justin, you and I, we pretty much buy our games only digital, right?
Yep.
Maxwell, how many games have you bought digital? Any at all, or mostly physical?
On my Wii U, I bought Earthbound.
Okay. Yeah, so one of the big things is digital sales are actually up 9% year over year. And actually, in the month of April, they did $7.7 billion, which is ridiculous. To think somebody did $7.7 billion in digital sales. Now, this is kind of across all platforms. So EA actually dominated digital console sales with FIFA 17 and Battlefield 1. Battlefield 1 really didn't surprise me. However, I don't think I realized how popular FIFA really is. I didn't realize that was like a huge game.
It's one of the most popular games in the world.
Yeah, so FIFA was actually, I think, number 1 on the console list and then Battlefield was number 2. While Maxwell's favorite game on PC, League of Legends.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a first-person shooter also called Crossfire, which I have not played. Those two topped PC sales lists for digital downloads.
This is just downloads, not for dollars, right?
Well, no, this is for dollars because League of Legends, you can spend real money currency to.
Right. So that just
Oh my god,
blows my mind because the game itself is free, but it has in-game purchases.
Yep,
that's insane.
Just like Clash Royale and Monster Strike are the top-selling games on mobile platforms. So you all know Clash of Clans. Mm-hmm. Clash Royale is essentially the same thing, except it's more just fighting each other. And that's a free game as well. Both those are free games.
That's awesome.
I know that I read a pretty interesting article from the creators of the Clash of Clans that that game is so big that when it was before it even went to Android, it was iOS only, that game, because you can buy those like green gems to help speed up like stuff being built in the game. That game was gaining $2 million in revenue a day just from people buying.
What? For buying fake currency.
Yeah.
Take my real dollars and turn them into fake game dollars.
Yeah, dude. What have we?
We're doing it wrong.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. What have we done in our life that we didn't think of that?
Real quick, you mentioning the digital sales made me remind myself to check the Xbox One deals that go live every week at 8. And Maxwell, I know it's Xbox, but Alien Isolation, the collection's on sale for $16 this week.
He already owns it on PlayStation.
Wow. You don't own it though, do you? Good time for you to pick it up on Xbox. Season pass included.
They're having a pretty big sale, are they?
It's a decent sized sale.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
You guys need to get it and play it. And stream
I do have it, but I don't have the season pass.
I wish they would update on. I would buy that game if they updated on PSVR. If they would update PSVR for it. All right, so guys, that does it for our gaming news. Does anybody have anything they want to add before we move on? No. Maxwell looks content. You look content. Well, I am also content. So now it's actually time to hear a word from our friends.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Two Guys with Raging Goals. I'm Mikey and this is Adam, and every Friday, we bring you a conversational podcast where we put together this set.
Yes.
We do real good work here.
Yep.
There we go, Pikachu.
Hallelujah.
Every Friday, we bring a conversation to this table, and we discuss it for your enjoyment.
Yes.
If you like that, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, at Two Guys with Raging Goals. You can also head on over to patreon.com/2guysraging. Throw us a couple bucks, keep the lights on, get exclusive perks like the all-new Harry Potter series, Muggles at Large. You can also listen to Adam click a pen like a psychopath.
Hi everyone, my name is Mystique Siren. I am partnering up with the guys at Nerds with Mics, and I stream on Twitch. You guys can follow me at twitch.tv/Mystique Siren. It's spelled with a Q and not a C, like Travis has told you 12 times. But you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I always post whenever I go live, so you guys know and you don't ever miss a stream. I mainly stream Destiny. Don't let Justin tell you that it sucks, because it definitely rocks. It's awesome. Just come hang out with me in my stream and I'll show you the ways. Don't worry. But I also stream Battlefield, Overwatch, and Borderlands. MMOs, RPGs, first-person shooters. I love them. So I will see you there. So just follow. Thanks. Bye.
Hey, it's Nick from the NB Experience YouTube channel. Do you like new and retro video games? Do you like to laugh at stupid and inappropriate things? Do you like to watch people fail more often than not? If you answered yes to any, or all, or even none of these questions, check out the NB Experience on YouTube, VidMe, Twitch, and Twitter. I feature a wide variety of games, from Pokemon to Super Smash Bros. To Shaq Fu. Subscribe to the NB Experience for this and much more.
And we're back. We want to thank everybody that's currently like a partner with us, because it's a big thing for us. And we would appreciate if you guys go and check them out, because you know what's funny is, like, most of these people we just kind of stumbled upon, right? So a couple of them are our friends that we know, but they actually provide some really good content. So make sure you guys go and check them out. So, Justin, I don't even want to turn it over to you because this story makes me extremely sad.
Really?
Really sad.
All right. Well, the first part shouldn't. So Silicon Valley has been renewed for a 5th season. And, you know, I love that show. Travis loved that show. Maxwell would love that show if he gave it a chance. But
give me that HBO.
Give him that login.
Okay.
But it's just a really good show. And one of the things that makes the show so great is the portrayal of Erlich Bachman by the comedic genius that is
Bachmanity.
T.J. Miller. I'm a big T.J. Miller fan.
Yeah.
He's what drew me to that show. I've been a fan of his work since before the show. I love that show. I love that man. No. TJ? No.
He was the best part and worst part at the same time of the last Transformers movie.
What about the Yogi Bear movie?
Best part because he was in it. Worst part because he died, like, right off the bat.
Hey, straight up did.
Yeah. So when this news broke that the new season was coming on, I was really happy. Yeah. Then a couple hours later, it came out that TJ Miller would not be returning after this season.
Do we know why?
Well, HBO, the official statement is they have agreed to mutually split. A BuzzFeed writer has said that he received his finale script and saw he had been written out. And allegedly, he is difficult to work with. He is a big personality, and everything is going right for him right now.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's expensive, too.
Probably. I mean, when that show came out, it was basically Mike Judge and T.J. Miller were the only two people with names. Like, Martin Starr had been seen before. Zach Woods had been seen before, but they weren't household names. T.J. Miller wasn't really a household name, but he was the closest thing to one. So it could be that he is more expensive. I also kind of think that he has this stand-up special with HBO coming out. I kind of think they could be doing what they did with Danny McBride, and they're just reloading him basically for a new show. Because with Danny McBride, they did both seasons of Vice Principals at the same time. They've aired one season. They haven't aired season 2 yet, but they're already working on the next one, the next show that they're going to do.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, they just have Danny McBride in their back pocket, like, make a new show, you know. So I wonder if he's going to kind of be in the same vein as that, or if he's just a turd to work with and he got fired. I don't know.
It's a shame because
In other TJ Miller news, he is going to have a lot more. He's confirmed that he's going to have a lot more, I guess, one-liners or whatever in Deadpool 2.
Good.
yeah.
But Travis, I wanted to ask you, with him leaving, how many more seasons realistically do you think this show will go on?
I honestly don't know if it'll go past 6.
So 2 more after this one.
Yeah.
I could see that being the case, but then I look at shows like Veep, and it's like on season, 8 or 9?
Yeah, but then again, I also just think like,
One thing that's going strong for this show is the tech world is always changing.
yeah,
There will always be material.
yeah.
So I don't know.
I don't know. I just love T.J. Miller. So
I know.
much.
I'm just so bummed out.
I mean, the rest of the cast is great, and do I think the show can stand on its own without T.J. Miller? Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know,
Maybe they'll bring in somebody else that will help boost the ratings after they lose him one.
That's possible.
season.
Have you noticed that this season he hasn't really had a purpose?
yeah. I'm kind of curious of how they're going to write him out.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
It'll be interesting. Anyways, you got some more news for us.
Well, look at that. I sure do. Netflix has an upcoming movie and TV show that I'm very excited about. The first one is a movie called Shimmer Lake that stars Rainn Wilson, Adam Pally, John Michael Higgins, Ron Livingston, and Rob Corddry. What drew me to this show is it has a very Fargo feel to it. A very dark kind of humor, but with the graphic violence that we all know and love. IMDb defined it as an inventive crime thriller told backwards. It's reversing day by day through a week following a local sheriff's quest to unlock the mystery of 3 small-town criminals and a bank heist gone wrong. Sounds interesting.
That almost sounded like you just copy and pasted that from
You know what? I
somewhere.
may have. At least I cited my sources.
That's right. I'm kind of concerned, Justin. Like, you talked about playing Jason and how violent that was. Now you're talking about this show being violent. Is there something we need to talk
Maybe.
about?
I don't know. But this movie comes out June 9th. The next one is a show called Ozark, which it's a family crime drama starring Jason Bateman and Laura Linney. And their family basically gets wrapped up in the drug business, and they begin laundering money to pay people off. It looks very depressing, very dark.
Yeah.
And it comes out July 21st.
It's really strange to hear Jason Bateman and drama in the same sentence.
I don't. Have you ever seen Bad Words with him?
Is it? Yes, I have
The
seen it.
Spelling Bee movie? Have you seen that?
Yes, I've seen it.
So
Yeah,
funny.
yeah.
It is good.
So good.
It is good. Yeah. In other Netflix news, I'm actually going to ride this train a little bit too.
You read it.
Yeah, I'm riding it. All right, so Netflix has actually announced that they are going to make a TV adaptation of the video game The Witcher, which I haven't really played a lot of The Witcher, but I know anybody that plays The Witcher loves it, says it's amazing.
Wait, did you say you haven't played it?
I have it, but I haven't really gotten into it, no.
You're missing out, man.
Did you beat it?
I haven't beat. No, I don't think anybody has.
Do you beat any video games?
Yeah.
Okay. What's the last video game you beat? Rainbow Six? That doesn't count.
That's not a game you can beat. I couldn't tell you. I don't remember.
All right, then.
I've been playing too much Siege.
Okay, that's what it is. But anyways,
Zelda?
No, I'm waiting for the DLC. I told you guys that a couple weeks
Oh my
ago.
gosh.
yeah, just do it. Maxwell. I mean, look at Maxwell. Look how depressed he's looked this whole episode because
Yeah, why would I
he
wanna
hasn't
beat
played.
it?
He hasn't played Zelda in so long. Supposedly, Maxwell, if you already purchased like the Game Pass, it's $20. There's already content they're starting to give you in it. I mean, they haven't officially released stuff yet, but there's a couple of chests they give you. You can even get a Nintendo Switch shirt that you can put on Link. I know you want that shirt.
Wow, that would really kill the whole mood.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
But
for real. On my
yeah.
Wii
So,
U.
anyways, if you're a fan of The Witcher, there hasn't been any details really announced yet, other than they have confirmed that it's happening. And I don't remember if we talked last week. Did we talk about the Castlevania being? We did. Okay,
think so.
I couldn't remember if we did or not. But anyways, that's also coming as well. Maxwell, wink.
My turn. So, with Star Wars coming up, if you had an invitation to hang out with Mark Hamill, would you?
Yes.
I'm all about the Hamilton. Oh, Hamill, baby.
Well, me too. Of course I would. So, but here's the thing. Adam Driver feels very differently. And during the making of The Last Jedi, he said, "Nuh-uh, Luke Skywalker, I ain't hanging out with you."
No.
Mark Hamill, sent him an invitation saying, we should get to know each other because, hey, look, in this world, I'm your uncle. And so we would have clearly have had some kind of time knowing each other, before things go south. But Adam Driver said no, he doesn't want to have like a good, positive relationship with Mark during this, and he's somewhat of an method actor. So he's no Jared Leto going crazy and giving people like dead things or whatever, but he doesn't want to, I guess, spoil the hatred between the two of them in the.
It's like he hates
film.
Mark Hamill just for this role. That's sad.
Yes. He doesn't want to be his friend anyway. He doesn't want to take that time to get
Adam
to know
Driver
each other,
is
which is
sneaky at being one of the best actors
Yeah.
we have right now.
Very, very sneaky.
Like, he doesn't come off as being a great actor, but he is an amazing actor. Does that make sense? Do I sound stupid saying that?
Only part way.
no. I know we don't have any we don't have it in here at
what's that?
all,
That
do we?
trailer for that.
That
Logan Lucky?
yeah, that trailer we all watched.
That looks
Logan
so
Lucky.
good.
It looks like
Yeah.
And he's in it. So let's talk
Okay,
about that
he's
real
got
quick.
one
So,
arm.
Yeah.
Adam Driver. He's got a
Yeah.
prosthetic
Tatum.
arm. We got yes,
A naked
Channing Tatum.
Daniel Craig. No peeking.
Yes, Daniel Craig. And this is from, was it the writers that did
Steven
Ocean's 11 and
Soderbergh.
12?
11, 12, and
Okay.
something else.
Magic Mike.
I'm glad you knew that, not me.
he,
Well, I watched the trailer. But they all are very country.
it's shot
I don't know where this
in our
is supposed to
hometown.
take
Charlotte,
place.
I think. Well, that's where the speedway is they're going to.
Shot in our hometown.
No, it was
No,
it was a
he's
joke
saying-
because everybody's so hillbilly.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, well, first of all, Travis didn't seem
But,
too impressed by the trailer. He was like, that was weird. But Maxwell and I were like, this is amazing.
it is weird.
it's just
Oh,
really
gonna be
strange.
fantastic.
I don't know how I feel about it yet.
And it honestly, I want to be in that movie just because of how well they all did their
Oh,
accents.
Seth MacFarlane's also in it as well.
He's the guy that gets punched in the very beginning.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Katie
God, it looks
Holmes,
fantastic.
Hilary
So-
Swank. I mean, it's got a great cast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Massive cast. What's the
Logan
name of it
Lucky.
again?
Yeah, it's about two brothers attempt to pull off a heist during a NASCAR race in North Carolina. Woo!
That
Boogity
is the
boogity.
best plot I've ever,
North
best plot I've
Carolina.
ever heard.
Yeah, it's
All right, so guys, I know that was kind of exciting news. Star Wars is exciting news. Netflix, all this stuff, but none of that
Oh,
fucking
God.
compares to my next topic. Okay, and it was just really a waste of our. It was 42-minute waste of time to get to this point. I know you guys loved Avatar and have been pestering me for months for updates, and I'm happy to tell you that I have some news
yes.
today. Okay. So, some weirdos think that 11 years between films is too long and will hurt the franchise. But James Cameron has no worries about this, and when questioned, he reminds the world that there was a 7-year gap between Alien and Aliens, as well as between Terminator and
That's
T2
still 4
Judgment
less
Day.
years.
Yeah, but just imagine how great it's
God.
going to be now, because those two sequels, which were his, are two of the best sequels of all time, and he may actually
yeah. I
be
was
on
gonna
his
say
Think
it's
about
hard
it.
to argue with that.
There was 3 years between Star Wars and The Empire Strikes Back, and The Empire Strikes Back is the greatest sequel of all time. That's science.
Yeah.
Science. You can't argue with it.
I know there are going to be a lot of movies where we can talk about
Yeah.
the opposite of this stuff, but 11 years really is a long time. But this guy is the king of sequels, but he doesn't usually do.
If he's the king of sequels, where's Titanic 2?
Oh my gosh.
yeah,
Yes.
from the depths.
I was.
As for the next film, it's not just, hey, let's film Avatar 2 and see how this goes so we can make more sequels. No, it's, hey, we're going to film Avatar 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 all at the same time. And then
So it
release
takes
them
20.
in
year after
100
year.
years when
Which,
they're
if
done.
you remember, Lord of the Rings did this. Yeah. Which Lord of the Rings did this. I don't know if The Hobbit did it. I know for sure at least 2 out of the 3 Lord of the Rings, if not all 3 of them, were filmed just continuously. And we know those went well. So, but wait. I know you guys thought I was done with Avatar, but there's more, okay? So try to take a deep breath, get your heart to calm down, because I know you're super pumped after what I just told you. So while we will see Sam Worthington, Zoe Saldana, Sigourney Weaver, and Stephen Lang return, they have added in Cliff Curtis among many other new cast members. Now, Cliff Curtis is known for his roles in Fear the Walking Dead, Risen, The Last Airbender, and many other films. Also, these are going to take place mostly underwater, which is really strange. And if all goes well, we can watch it in 3D without glasses, which is apparently
You just have to adjust the slider on the side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3DS.
Two things. One, we left out Sebastian Stan on Logan Lucky. Mark Hamill Jr. Anyone?
No.
You don't know who that is? He's in the Avengers. He's Bucky.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. Sheesh, that's a nerd podcast. And then, two, you mentioned they were filming all those movies at the same time. And it got me thinking about Star Wars and the passing of Carrie Fisher. Do you think that movie franchises may take that route going forward in the event of like a star dying?
It's a good question. I mean, I don't think so, but I wonder if that's why they do this. That, and so that they're not massively aged in between them.
Especially if they're taking 11 years apart.
Yeah.
Sigourney Weaver would be dead by the third one.
To be fair, the fact that 11 years have gone by and not one of them has died is remarkable.
Yeah.
Especially after 2016.
So, it's been so long since I've seen Avatar. Did Stephen Lang not die at the end of that movie?
I don't remember who survived and didn't,
Yeah.
but Stephen Lang is the guy from a lot of stuff. He's the guy, what was it? Don't whisper or hold your breath or don't breathe.
Did you? Oh, I thought you farted.
I know you. Justin,
There's one
you know
that's
what?
called Don't Breathe about it's a blind lady, right?
Blind Man.
Yeah.
There's one with a blind lady too.
Is that Stephen Lang? The white hair?
No, this guy's done. He's in a lot of. Hold on.
Stephen, it's not the white-haired guy with the muscles.
Yeah, don't breathe. Yeah, he was the blind man in Don't Breathe. He was also in Isolation, Beyond Glory, Gridlock, a bunch of movies I haven't heard of. But he's also in Into the Badlands as well. So, which is a show I watch. So yeah. Needless to say, nah. Do we think though, with these movies taking so long to come out, it's just going to get to the point that when they come out, it's going to be like, who cares?
It honestly could reignite the series.
Yeah.
People went nuts over that first one.
Because you know what they're going to do is before they release them, they're going to start re-showing the first one in theaters. That's what's going to happen.
Oh, probably, for sure. Now, with this thing opening up at Disney, or wherever it was. Disney?
Oh, yeah.
The Avatar Pandora World Experience thing. I mean, that might be enough to drive people's attention back into the franchise. Yeah. So we'll have to see how that goes, because it just opened up. Hey,
sorry,
for this podcast.
I'm normally working on Monday. God bless.
2 weeks in a row.
Sorry. Anyways, speaking of box office, so we all know this is Memorial Day. So Memorial Day weekend this year is the lowest grossing weekend in box office history since 1999. So almost 20 years, guys. This is the lowest. Now, I don't understand why. I mean, we got two huge movies, Baywatch.
Yeah, with The Rock.
With The Rock, and that guy with the 8-pack. What's his name? He was in High School Musical. What's his name?
Zac Efron.
Yeah, Zac Efron. And then we also have Pirates of the Caribbean, which is like the 5th one, right?
Maybe.
Yeah. So anyways, that released this weekend, but we also still have Alien Covenant in theaters. Max will love that movie. And then also Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is also still playing. But this has actually been the lowest since... Anybody want to take well, you guys can read the notes, but anybody want to take a guess of what movie was in theaters Memorial Day weekend?
You take a guess, Maxwell. I think you might know it.
Well,
yeah, come on, Max. Why don't you tell our listeners?
Let me guess, because it's definitely not in the notes, and it's definitely not what you told us before the show started. I'm going to guess Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace.
By God, you got it. Yeah.
What does he win?
out of the dark. anymore.
He'll be getting a package very soon.
Oh God.
Yeah. Wink.
Wink.
But yeah, so in 1999, Memorial Day weekend, Star Wars Phantom Menace was out, which is hard to believe. Do you think, speaking of which, like doubling back to Avatar being underwater, do you think they're going to have a merger? It's going to be like is it the Gungans? Is that who lived under the water in the Phantom Menace? Jar Jar's people? Jar Jar's people?
Oh.
The Gungan?
You know, this is how bad Avatar is. The Gungans would make me more interested in Avatar than what I
Oh
already
my gosh.
Yeah.
That is such a
That's
lot
a
of
lot of
hatred.
hatred.
Speaking of box office,
Wait. If it's taken underwater, maybe this
Oh
is
my
Titanic.
gosh.
Two birds with one stone.
yes. Is there any other movies that you feel should have a sequel that doesn't? If you had to think.
Or
Yeah.
an underwater theme that does.
Maxwell, is there anything you think should have a sequel that doesn't?
You know, there are a lot of movies out there that have been massive hits that people want sequels, but I think
Yeah.
could potentially
I think
just
Passion of the
ruin them if
Christ
they
would be a
did
good
it.
one.
Oh God. With all of the horror movies that have like 10 sequels, and they aren't very good, I wish Scream would have gotten some more sequels.
How many they have? 3?
There's 4 total. Yeah.
4? Yeah. Yeah.
That's such a good.
I'm
That's a
try-
good movie series. Though. It's fun.
I'm trying to think of something that I wish would have got a sequel, and nothing's popping out to me.
Back to the Future. But are we saying
Yeah, just
there
one
was
of.
just one of? Boy, oh my gosh, what was that? That movie of Corey Feldman when they were vampires.
Lost Boys? That is a great movie.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have seen Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
We're getting a reboot,
yeah.
though.
You
With
can
The Rock.
continue to think about it.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, did you watch Jurassic World, the new one?
No.
Oh my God, how'd I guess? Maxwell,
I
you
don't
watched
know why
it
you asked.
obviously, right? And it was fantastic.
Of
Chris
course,
Pratt.
yes.
You being such a big Parks and Rec fan, how are you not going to support your boy Chris Pratt?
I don't know.
Anyways,
Terrible person.
so guys,
That was his first movie
Yeah.
out of no.
so guys,
Guardians was his first
we
movie
actually
out of-
have a new title
Yeah.
for the new Jurassic World movie.
What is it?
I need y'all to wait for it. It's Jurassic World 2.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's gonna stick.
It is. It's going to stick.
I'll
so,
never forget that time.
yeah, I'll never forget.
Wait, what's it called again?
Now this is
Yeah, two claw marks.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
I like it.
Kind of reminds. Yeah, I don't know what I was going to say. It reminds me of. Never mind.
All right.
Which is confirmed. There will be more Indominus Rex,
Yeah.
which I think is the name of that thing, and they're going to bring in a lot more practical effects
Sweet.
like in the first Jurassic Park, which is super cool. Because I think the last one it was
Yeah,
like
and
almost
we're also-
all digital.
And we're also
But
going
it
to see
looks
more
great,
Jeff
yeah.
Goldblum because he's in every movie, right? So, yeah,
Yes.
they actually just wrapped up shooting in England, and they decided to have a mini like wrap party for wrapping up, and the name and logo was revealed there. So we don't have, I don't think we have a release date yet, do we, for Jurassic? Shame on me for not being better prepared.
Tell everyone a joke while you look it up.
Don't have a joke.
Okay.
Do you have a joke?
You could have just said your life.
Oh my! Wow. Okay.
Oh.
Well, anyways, I think I'm gonna go ahead and start moving towards the close of the show, so I don't start to cry on there. Anyways, so let's think happy thoughts.
Sorry.
So this weekend, Justin here, he's getting married, guys. Getting married, tying the knot, knocking the boots. Oh, never mind. Anyways, so when we think about getting married, we think happy thoughts, right? Are you excited?
Yeah.
You want to poop your pants yet?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Ask
but
me on Thursday.
I'll ask you on when. Yeah.
Don't lock up your knees. Don't stand straight-legged. You got to have some slack in those
Okay.
knees.
I'll
'cause
ask you on
otherwise
Wednesday
you'll
when we're
pass
having that bachelor party.
All right.
Titty City. You know what I'm saying? Wink.
Oh God.
Anyways, so we're thinking happy thoughts makes us think and makes us want to know from our listeners and our viewers with your eyes, what was the best choice you ever made in your life? I'm hoping next week when Justin tells us, he might be able to say it was getting married, but it may not be. We don't know. You'll have to stay tuned to find out. But yes, we want to know what was the best choice you've ever made in your life, whether that is getting married, getting divorced, picking a certain job, whatever it may be.
Kids.
kids, even if they're accidents, not having kids.
Not having kids.
So we would just want to know what you think the best thing you've ever done in your life is, or decision that you've ever made. So
Doesn't have to be geek related. Or
no, it doesn't have to be geek related. If you want to get deep and you want to get cheesy, I don't
Breath
care.
of the Wild.
Yeah, and keep in
Is
mind,
it? That's fine. You can tell us.
yeah, and keep in mind, all the stuff that you guys submit is completely anonymous. So
Yeah.
you don't have to worry about being embarrassed if you're being too cheesy or anything like that. Perfectly fine. We just want to know what the best choice of your life was. So, but now it's time to get into Pick of the Week. Ba-da-da.
Pick of the week.
You feel good about that?
Ba-da-da.
You feel good at it?
How was
Yes,
that? It
not
was perfect
on
on my
ours.
end. Which means it was definitely not in
It's
sync.
gotta be May. Oh, not that in sync. Anyways, Justin, we're gonna start with you. What your pick is?
I talked about it a lot earlier in the show, but Friday the 13th is my pick of the week. If you want to know why, just rewind the show back to, 30 minutes or so back.
Yep. 30 minutes back. I might actually get it. I'm thinking about it.
Do it.
So, all right, Maxwell, what's yours, buddy?
Mine is Girl Boss on Netflix. It's great. It takes place in the early 2000s. This girl is just like, she's just a punk, man. Like, she just gets into so much trouble, loses her job. But she's super into finding retro clothing in secondhand shops, and she starts putting it on eBay, and then she's selling it for like way more than she paid for it, and finding that there's some success to that. But it is extremely loosely based on a true story. But it's pretty cool. And this, actually, watching the show has kind of revved me up, too, a little bit, as in, like, we got to do more with our lives instead of just sitting in a business and selling for other people, I think. And I hope that one day we can look back and the question of what's the best choice you ever made in your life, I can say that, we did this podcast, or that I did this thing that created my own business or whatever. It's a great show. It's hilarious. It can be kind of deep and real sometimes, but for the most part, it's a comedy, and it'll hopefully just give you a little boost to do something.
Very cool. I'll have to
exciting
check
for
it out.
yourself.
I've not heard of it. So my pick is actually, I know it sounds silly because it came out it seems like such a long time ago now, but mine is actually Horizon Zero Dawn. I actually finally made the time to sit down and play it. I really enjoy it. It kind of reminds me, it's like a mixture of Uncharted meets Tomb Raider, if that makes sense. The story's really good, the graphics really good, and I like the dialogue system. It's very much kind of like BioShock, where it gives you the wheel and you kind of get to choose what your responses are when you're having conversations with people, and that's been really cool. But yeah, so if you haven't played it on PS4, I would highly recommend it. But yeah, that's what my pick of the week is. So, does anybody have anything they want to add before we close?
Nice.
Everybody feel good? Good. Well, guys, we want to thank you all for listening. Y'all. Want to thank y'all for listening, and we look forward to hearing from you.
Oh, God.
Yeah, got to put it away. As always, guys, we want to make sure that you like and follow our Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and our Instagram. But more importantly, we also want to make sure that you also share that as well. You can also reach to us via email at podcast@nerdswithmikes.com. And we also want to make sure that you all know that we now have our store back up on our website. And Justin is now supporting. Gee, look at that. Maxwell bought himself a shirt. Yeah, so
Look at
and
that.
and I have to say, these do feel a
Living
lot
good.
softer than the last ones that we had. That's quality.
Yep.
Quality, guys.
And everything's on sale right now.
Yeah, everything's on sale. When you buy merchandise, that also helps support our podcast as well. Keeps the lights on. And then also we want to make sure that we mention again our Patreon page. If you guys haven't had a chance to check that out, you can find that by going to nerdswithmikes.com and clicking on the donate tab at the top or at the bottom, and that will take you straight to our Patreon page. Any thing that you want to donate, even if it's just as little as $1, it means something, and we appreciate it. So I think that's it. Let's call it a wrap, guys.
Farewell.
Bye.